Hey, what's happening, guys? Mike Moo here, and today I am unboxing the product red version of the iPhone 11. This is not the Pro version. This is actually on loan to me from my brother. He actually picked this up very recently, and I just wanted to wait until I can set up a couple of cameras to get to different angles to capture the iPhone 11 unboxing. This is, of course, the product red version, and if the iPhone 11 Pro had the red version, I would definitely recommend getting this one. But as far as I know, and for the foreseeable future, the product red version is only on the iPhone 11. Now, the iPhone 11 has the same processing power, of course, as the iPhone 11 Pro. I think the main distinguishing marks and features between the iPhone 11 and the Pro is going to be, of course, one, your color choices, two, the fact that it has, the Pro has the telephoto version, which allows you to take better portrait shots, and also the better screen. Okay, so AMOLED screen plus the option of more storage. Okay, 512 gigabytes. I believe right now, at least around launch time, this only caps out 256 gigabytes. So what's included, of course, is the iPhone 11 itself. We're going to take a closer look at that. My God, I really like the fact that they actually have no need for me to bust out a knife. So I'm doing a nice, wow, that's a beautiful red. Honestly, this would sway me a little bit more towards the regular iPhone 11 versus the Pro because I like red so much. Well, that is absolutely a beautiful deep red. If anything, I'd want to call it a Ferrari red, but it's just a really, really nice red, typical of many of the product red stuff that Apple does. Wow. It feels substantial. I have to say, this definitely feels heavier than my iPhone 10, which I actually have on the table right now. And yeah, it actually feels more substantial. The screen, of course, is bigger than my iPhone 10. And I understand this is, at least the dimension-wise, it looks and feels bigger. Okay, I haven't turned it on yet, of course. But, gotta say, that feels pretty substantial. Now, I imagine the iPhone 11 Pro is going to feel even more substantial, and the Pro Max, of course. Now here, of course, we have the two lenses, finally, on the quote-unquote entry-level iPhone 11. That looks fantastic. And you have a lot of the typical stuff that's right here in the box. They usually give you some stickers. Let's see what we got here. Of course, this is the product red version. I've never got a product red iPhone before, so we have this nice little informational product red. Tells you about it. It's in partnership. Will contribute a portion of your iPhone purchase to the global fund to support HIV/AIDS programs and help deliver AIDS-free generation. Okay, so you can learn more or donate at red.org. That's really great. We have a whole hello. Tells you about the Face ID, about using the side buttons. Press twice to pay to activate Apple Pay. A couple of tips here. They really just tell you very, very minimal stuff here, and most almost never read any of that, but it's interesting to see if they've made any changes on here. And this is the SIM card trace removal tool. It's important to have that, especially when you get a new phone. You don't activate it. I don't think these are on eSIM yet. Little pamphlet about the iPhone and compliance stuff, and just some safety and handling warnings. You got, of course, your typical Apple stickers, which I almost never use. Okay, so that's just up there, up top. That's what there. And then you got regular Lightning port AirPods. These are also very typical of the latest generation. And unfortunately, with the 11, you only get the 5-watt charger. That's really disappointing. Yeah, just a 5-watt charger. Of course, I do believe it is capable of fast charging, but you're going to have to get some stuff separately to do that. I've done a whole video about the fast charging. I think it's really fantastic to be able to do that, and really sad that Apple does not include it into the price of the iPhone. I almost feel like they should charge you a little bit more and include that stuff. Maybe not at the $750 price point of the XR, but you know, let's include fast charging on the future versions. I imagine in the next version with USB-C that everybody's hoping for, it's going to have it. And of course, you got the regular lightning cable over here. So that's it. That's all you get in here. Very nicely done, of course. Minimal packaging. I like that a lot. And trying to put all this stuff back together sometimes is a little bit of a challenge to get it just right. So I'll do that off camera a little bit later. Okay. Wow. So I have a case that I'm going to go ahead and put on here, but I'm going to be very carefully, since this is, of course, not my iPhone. Let's see if you can hear me pulling this. Oh, that's fantastic. That is a great feeling to be able to take off the screen protector. And you have the typical 3 buttons there that we've seen with the iPhone 11. And there's no protective covering in the back. So that's just nice and glossy. And you got some metal rings around the lenses, helps protect a little bit. The fit and finish looks good so far to my eye, so that's really good. And then you have the antenna separator over there. I don't know if some of you guys remember the antenna gate up and down, so that that if you hold the phone incorrectly one way or the other, incorrectly one way or the other, it's not going to get affected by it. Look at that. That is such a beautiful red. Too bad that the iPhone 11 has this glass surface back here, which is very fingerprint, attracts fingerprints quite a bit. And the Pro version, of course, has a matte finish, so you don't have the fingerprint problem. That might be one way to sway you one way or the other, but coming with this, my brother did get a separate case for it. I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick power on. Let's see how much power it comes with, actually. Can we power it on or not? There we go. Okay, so it's booting up now. I must say, I'm looking at the screen right now, and it looks pretty deep enough. Like, if you've never seen an AMOLED screen, and you've only had this, you'd say this is pretty good. This is, of course, I believe the Liquid Retina, that's what they call it, Liquid Retina. Hello, swipe it open, standard quick start on here. If you have an iPhone 10, iPad, bring it nearby to sign in automatically. You can also set up to sign up later. Look at that. And then on my iPhone 10, there you go. It allows me to go ahead and sign up automatically. That's pretty cool. So I can just set up the iPhone with my Apple ID on the new iPhone here. That's cool. So now I got to hold this up to my new iPhone to the camera. Oh, hold up your new iPhone up to the camera, position a pattern into the circle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is a similar setup to the Apple Watch. I like that. Very cool. Okay, so now I need to enter the passcode of my my other phone, and I will go ahead and do that. There we go. Look at that. It's probably going to transfer a lot of things I had on my previous phone over to this phone. This one only has 128 gigabytes, of course. My iPhone 10 has the 256. And when I do get my iPhone 11 Pro, I'm definitely going to look into getting the 512 gigabyte because I am going to shoot the heck out of stuff on that. All right, just for fun, I'm going to do a couple of close-up shots so you can kind of see what that looks like in comparison on recorded with a Galaxy Note using the original Note application. So here we go. This is all on automatic, of course. It's going to take a few minutes to set up the iPhone. Product red. Let's zoom in on that. Product red. And there are the cameras, the two of them, since this is just a regular. Wow. This really does feel really substantial. So now there's the setup with the Face ID, which, by the way, is so much better than the competition. There's no doubt in my mind that this is way more secure than the Android that I'm recording this on right now. No comparison whatsoever. Unfortunately, it is, of course, a USB Lightning at USB 2.0 speeds, not even USB 3.0. That's pretty sad. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the Face ID now. And here we go. Position my face, move your head. Now it just did my scan. Continue. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. That is amazing. Okay, I can transfer my data directly from the other iPhone or download from iCloud. I can start your iPhone in about 15 minutes. And if you do it from your iPhone, apparently it's going to be a lot slower. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it from the iCloud. All right, so now it's gonna have me to sign in and verify this information. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign in right here. And I got two-factor authentication, which is highly recommended, but you definitely want to be careful about that. Keep this phone near your iPhone while information is transferred. Okay, verification code has been sent to your trusted device. Get that code and put that in. There we go. Now set up with my ID. And of course I got to connect back onto the Wi-Fi of my camera right now to get this all going. To continue with the recording. All right, so setting up my Apple ID on the phone. I'm gonna get back onto the camera. Here we go. And just for some size comparisons, this is of course the Note 10 Plus next to the iPhone 11. Look how much bigger that is. I believe that the iPhone Max should be bigger. I gotta say that the iPhone 11 feels about as heavy, but feels more dense. Feels more dense. However, I do have to say that I think that, oh look, you have a move data from Android option here. Okay, I'm going to restore them for my iPhone 10, enable location services, and then I'm not going to set up Apple Pay in here. I'm not going to use my Apple Watch on here, and I will, fine. Well, it says to set up Siri, but I think I can go ahead and do that later too. I'm going to set up Siri later because my other stuff is going to start interacting. I don't want to share my iPhone analytics with Apple. And yes, I do want to download the, I'm going to download the iOS 13.1 update because right off the bat on the iPhone, you get 13.0, I believe, and that is buggy as heck. I am running a beta version of 13.1 on my iPhone 10, and that is really buggy as heck as well. All right, so that's going to take a little while to set up. You know, so far it's pretty smooth. I'm really surprised that they actually have a Android to iPhone feature set up. I didn't research too much about that because I went the other way around. I will say that by being able to use the iCloud to set up new devices, going either way is great, it's fantastic, as long as you pay for the iCloud. Okay. I'm gonna take a couple of, while that's being set up, I will show you a little bit size-wise and dimension-wise compared to my Note 10 Plus. All right. So we have here Note 10 Plus over here. I got a magnetic thing over there compared to the iPhone 11. Now, of course, with the Note 10, I got the 3 cameras plus the time of flight sensor on here. And you got the 2 cameras plus, what's plus the microphone. Wow, is that a microphone? That looks like a microphone. Microphone, and then the flash that is dual tone or more tones. So that's really nice. And got the flash over here too. All right, this flash / light. Thickness wise, looks pretty close, pretty much about the same between the two of these. The Note 10 Plus, just looking at it visually, just looks more futuristic than the iPhone 11. Okay, it definitely does. I suppose the iPhone 11 looks roughly the same as the iPhone 10 in terms of just the layout. Right, you got this whole bar here cut out over there, whereas I got the whole just this little hole punch hole over there that seems to bug me less than this does. So it's going to install an update, and after that I'm going to go ahead and do some tests on it. So that's it for this little unboxing and initial setup experience. Looks like it's going to take another 15 to 20 minutes, and it's going to install the stuff, and I should be ready to go to do a whole bunch of testing. Now, I definitely appreciate that they have, it looks like it's more than 60% battery life already coming out from the phone, but you're going to want to charge this all the way to full. So that's one of the first things I'm going to do, and then throw on the little case. Actually, in fact, I'm going to grab the little case right now. All right, so you're going to need one of these USB-C PD things. Okay, this one's by Anker. And then, of course, one of the lightning here to USB-C cables, and I definitely recommend getting those primarily Apple branded, just so that you don't, nothing's going to go wrong. Okay, so it looks like what I have here is something from Kanshin, clear protective 6.1 inch made in China case that, well, it's going to provide reasonable protection for the time being while I have this thing on loan. Just a clear TPU case. There's definitely going to be better cases than that. Wow, this is a real fingerprint magnet. Just like, I don't know what I was expecting. I thought this would be a little bit better, but no. It is definitely it feels like a real fingerprint magnet here. I want to keep this in pristine condition. Give this back to my brother, and I'm glad he got the clear case because this red is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm looking at the tone, doesn't exactly match what you see on the box. Yeah, not exactly, but it gives you a good representation, I guess, of what you can expect. Okay, so the software update is still installing. I have this now in this case, and yeah, it still looks pretty good. I have to say, still looks pretty good. Not too bad of a choice, and probably really cheap. My guess is it's about under $10. Not bad. As far as protection, there's a little bit of a lip. You got that, and the camera looks like it's at least, well, yeah, you have some protection for your camera as well. That's not too bad. Question remains of how long this will last with UV light, and if it will yellow. It's too early to tell. Obviously, I just got this in here, and it looks like it even has a little lanyard hole down here for you to stick a little lanyard if you want. Button presses seem to work just fine, no problem, and they were wise to leave this part alone for the volume rocker, no, the mute switch rocker. And it's got some slightly reinforced edge protection, so that's good. Okay, so it looks like this update's going to take a little while. I'm going to go ahead and close off this video right here. Thanks a lot for watching. Check back in for some updates. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'm sure there are, just about everything's covered. So I know there's a lot of these videos out there. Thank you for tuning in to this one. Thanks for watching. Please give this a like, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next video.